A naked option is when you buy a call option or a put option contract. These are the types of trades most option traders make, often because naked options seem less complicated and easier to track. Debit spreads are more complex, but that doesn't necessarily mean they are harder to manage. Once traders have the right set of data easily available to help them make decisions, debit spreads have a higher probability of a higher return with a lower risk when compared to naked options. Here is an example comparing the risk of a call debit spread and a naked call option. Let's say Apple is at $150 today. I buy a simple naked call option with these parameters. The expiration date is 3 months from now, the strike price is $140, and my premium is $18. The total cost of this position is $18. The intrinsic value of the call option is uncapped because, in theory, the current stock price can be any number by the time this contract expires. I can also opt for a call debit spread position with the following parameters. The expiry is 3 months from now. The strike price of the call option I buy is $140, and the premium I pay is $18. The strike price of the call option I sell is $150, and the premium I receive is $12. The total cost of this position is $6. The intrinsic value of this position is capped at $10, which is the difference between the two strike prices. With the naked call option, since my premium was $18, my break-even point is strike plus premium, which equals $158. It means that Apple needs to be at least $158 at the time of expiry for me to break even on this trade. With the call debit spread, since the premium I paid is $6, the break-even point is lower. Strike plus premium equals $146, which means that Apple needs to be at least $146 at the time of expiry for me to break even on this trade. You can see the stark difference in the break-even prices of these trades. I have a much higher chance of breaking even on the trade with the debit spread than with the naked call option, hence why the debit spread assumes less risk than a naked call option. Now let's see the possible profits of the same options at the following 3 scenarios at the time of expiry. The current value of Apple is $135. My naked call option and call debit spread positions both expire worthless since they are both out of the money because Apple is below $140. With the naked option, I lose $18. With call debit spread, I only lose $6. If the current value of Apple is $145, my naked call option is worth $5 now, which is down from the initial buy price of $18. This is a $13 loss, or a loss of around 72%. The call debit spread is also worth $5 because the $140 option is worth $5 and the $150 option expires worthless. Since the entry here was $6, this is only a loss of $1 or 16.7%, which is much lower when compared to the naked call option. When the current value of Apple is $155, my naked call option is worth $15, which is still down from the initial buy price of $18. This is a $3 or 16.7% loss. The call debit spread is worth $10 because the $140 option will be worth $15, and you sold an option at $150, which will be worth $5. You must buy this option back, hence a total worth of $10. I bought this trade at $6 and it's now worth $10, so I've made $4 on the trade, or a gain of 66%. In all 3 of those scenarios, the call debit spread did better than the naked call option. Since the debit spreads are capped in gains, a naked call option has the potential of winning out on the debit spreads, but only when the stock has a huge run-up. The probability of a call debit spread winning against a naked call is very high, and only in some cases does a naked call option produce higher returns. Let's take a look at when a naked call will produce a higher return in this scenario. Since the call debit spread is capped at a value of $10, I can make a maximum of 66% on this trade. For me to make 66% on a naked call option trade, the position would need to be worth $30, given that the initial purchase price was $18. For the position to be worth $30, Apple will need to hit 140 plus 30, which equals $170 at the time of expiry. So this means that unless Apple exceeds $170 by the time of expiry, the call debit spread is a better trade. Track your positions on OptionUp to help you make better decisions.